Beautiful weather on the way as we head through the rest of the evening, but cloud cover will gradually increase as we go through the rest of your night with a little bit of rain after midnight in southeastern KELOLAND. Lows will be in the 20s and low 30s, and we get ready for a messy day on Tuesday. Rain south and east, a little bit of mixing as well in a couple of areas before becoming snow north and west of Sioux Falls, where we have a couple of winter weather headlines in place. We'll break down the details on that and the rest of your 7-day forecast coming up. But until then, First at 4 starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group, KELOLAND News First at 4.
Questions are swirling after 3 unidentified objects were shot out of the sky over the weekend. We look at where they were spotted.
Plus, we dig into why so many nursing homes have closed across South Dakota and the impact it's having on communities and families. And later, we'll take you to Augustana University as students and teachers celebrate Black History Month. Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning into First at 4. I'm Kelly Volk.
And I'm Dan Santella. The U.S. is working to recover multiple unidentified objects that fighter jets recently shot down over U.S. and Canadian airspace.
Officials say they pose no security threats, but many more questions remain unanswered. KELOLAND News Washington, D.C. correspondent Jesse Turneur has the latest.
These officials confirm they're currently not tracking any additional objects while they're still trying to get their hands on the ones on the ground.
There is no indication of aliens or terrestrial activity with these recent takedowns.
The White House ruled out one possibility Monday around the mystery of multiple unidentified objects that fighter jets recently shot down over U.S. and Canadian airspace.
I loved E.T., the movie, but I'm just going to leave it there.
John Kirby with the National Security Council says crews are now working to recover the debris.
The objects in Alaska and Canada are in pretty remote terrain, ice and wilderness. All of that making it difficult to find them.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin says U.S. officials determined the objects were not a security threat to people on the ground, but were flying low enough to potentially disrupt civilian air travel.
We don't know if they were actually collecting intelligence.
Kirby says the objects were not manned or transmitting communication signals, and the U.S. is currently not tracking any others.
You want to err on the side of safety here in terms of protecting our national security interests.
Officials say the repeated shoot-downs reflect a heightened alert following the Chinese spy balloon that crossed through U.S. airspace last month.
There is no question in our minds that that system was designed to surveil.
And even though China maintains its innocence, officials now accuse the U.S. of sending its own surveillance balloons over their territory.
We are not flying surveillance balloons over China.
And Secretary of State Antony Blinken postponed his planned trip to the country in response. In Washington, I'm Jesse Turneur.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz has fighter pilots based out of Duluth shot down one of the unidentified objects over Lake Huron on Sunday.
All right, let's get a check of your weather. Beautiful today, but it sounds like that's going to change.
Yeah, unfortunately, as much as I would love to keep these sunny skies in place with above average temperatures on both sides of the river, yeah, we're not going to get that. Valentine's Day is not looking like it's going to be all that nice. We'll get into those details in a moment, but for now, let's just enjoy what we have. Beautiful blue skies above winter, and they're not alone. 42 degrees in Tripp County, but a breezy 42. We have a south wind of 16 miles per hour. Elsewhere, and by elsewhere I mean closer to home, here's a view downtown, also at 42 and with a nearly identical breeze south at 15 miles per hour. And again, everybody getting in on beautiful blue skies. 40 in Sisseton and Spencer, 45 in Yankton right now, 37 for Brookings and Huron, 48 in Pierre. But take a look out west, 62 in Phillips, 65 your current and high temperatures so far in Rapid City. It's amazing what a lack of snow will do on the ground to really help bump those temperatures up. Winds have been tolerable, 10 to 15 miles per hour in many locations, but that wind is going to be picking up as we head into Tuesday, more so by Wednesday, so keep that in mind. For now, though, not a whole lot of anything going on, but down to the south, you can start to see a little bit of moisture building into Colorado. Some of that's going to head up our way as we head into Tuesday, mainly in the form of rain. Low temperatures tonight in the 20s and 30s. Highs for your day tomorrow at face value, not bad. Upper 30s to near 40 in southeastern KELOLAND, but we are keeping an eye on rain. Rain and snow becoming all snow later in the day in the northeast. Again, Daytime high temperatures in the mid to upper 30s, but temperatures are going to crash over the course of the afternoon and into the evening as well. Out west, we're looking at 30s and 40s as well. Rain, snow mix at times, but then we get ready for some cold and some wind as we go into the midterm outlook. We'll talk about that and your President's Day weekend outlook all as we head through the hour.
Thanks, Adam. Sioux Falls police need your help to find a missing teenager. Authorities say 13-year-old Rain Genesee left home on Saturday. She may be wearing a black sweatshirt. If you know where she is, you should call Sioux Falls police right away.
South Dakota has lost 15 nursing homes over the last 5 years. Most of them are in smaller towns. One of the main challenges is finding and keeping adequate staffing. The administrator at Teason Memorial Home in Marion, South Dakota, says rural nursing homes are facing even more challenges than those in larger communities.
You know, there aren't a whole lot of businesses that have a $6 million budget and you just want to break even. And our budget here is like $6.1 million. Our benefits and salaries alone in that budget is $3.8 million.
Coming up on KELOLAND News at 6, we look at what Teason Memorial Home is doing to fix its staffing challenges.
The South Dakota legislature has also killed a few bills today. That includes one from Democrat Representative Linda Duba to redefine marriage. The bill would have replaced gender-specific words with between two persons. She also wanted to remove a statement in state law that specifically says a marriage between two people of the same gender isn't valid. However, the House State Affairs Committee voted against the bill 7-5. Another bill that was struck down today would have provided free school lunches for students. The sponsor of the bill, Democrat Representative Caden Whitman, said the change was needed to make sure every child has the nutrition they need to perform at school. However, the House Education Committee deferred it to the 41st legislative day, effectively killing it.
The South Dakota News Watch report looked into South Dakota women getting abortion medications from other states. Twin Cities telemedicine abortion provider says it helped 110 South Dakota residents last year with online consultations and prescriptions for abortion medication. But South Dakotans were seeking abortions in neighboring states even before Roe v. Wade was overturned. You can find more about abortion access and what action state lawmakers may take in this South Dakota News Watch article on KELOLAND.com.
Minnesota lawmakers say they have introduced bipartisan legislation to address the crisis of a shortage of nurses, retention, and care in the state's hospitals.
Here we are now, working and hearing from nurses, both in their contract negotiations and back here at the legislature, saying we need help. Because as they're telling us, more than half of nurses are considering leaving the bedside. And adverse events, which should never happen, are on the rise. They are signaling to all of us that we need to take action.
Minnesota nurses say that over the last year, they've taken action to demand executives be held responsible for what they call crisis conditions in their hospitals. They say hospitals are understaffed, nurses are overworked and overwhelmed, and patients are waiting longer for care.